So we'll do an EFT tapping on ego. We'll see where we go with this. But seeing where you sit with the ego, whether you have a problem with an ego or you're pretty good with it, and good in an honest sense, not like not like yeah, I'm awesome sort of thing. I mean, it's good to be awesome. It's good to have self-love, but seeing where you sit on a scale of 10 and 0, 10 being I really have problems with ego issues, and 0, no problems whatsoever, I'm all good. And we'll do an EFT tapping on ego. So we'll do a setup statement 3 times, and then we'll go into the tapping points. And I really hope I remember that point, because that was a good point. Even though I have the sense of self called my ego, and there might be some parts of my ego that are holding me back, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I get accused of having an ego, even though we all have an ego, yet somehow mine is wrong, I deeply and completely love, honor, accept myself. Even though I might have a big ego, and I don't know what people are talking about when they say I have this big ego, because I'm really awesome. And I might tell myself that. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. All this ego. I have an ego. This egoic self. The sense of I. That true part of me. That is deep down inside. And I might identify it in my mind as my sense of self. All this ego. All these experiences. These experiences that make up myself. I've been shaped by life. And I've influenced life through my experiences. People interact with me. I interact with them based on all the experiences that I've learnt in life. And some of these teachings in life I've had to learn the hard way. And my reactions and my responses may have gotten me through a situation. And I've learnt that's the best response in the future. But some of these reactions and responses worked for one particular situation. But they don't work for all. So when I encounter a completely different person and use the same experience, the same reaction and response, I might get a response of, hey, you've got an ego issue. And I might get angry. And I might just completely dismiss them. Because what worked once is sure to work again. And maybe, just maybe, I just got a bit stuck. Because there's variety in life. By giving the same reaction and response might give people the wrong impression of me. It's like an unfair mask that I have to wear. And I might be performing a role, whether it be at work, whether it be with my family, whether it be with my friends, or whomever I encounter in life. I'm performing a role. I'm an actor in a part that truly wasn't me. That truly wasn't my identity. It's like I'm method acting and I've forgotten how to drop the role. And I've lost my identity along the way. And it can be painful. Doing something I'm not made for. Performing the same role. The same phony lines. And it gets exhausting. And I might get burnt out. Burnt out performing a role I wasn't made for. And there might be people who are saying to me, you've got an ego issue. And when I think to myself, what did I do to them? Maybe my existence. Maybe the questions I ask. Maybe how I perform my authentic self reflects poorly on them. And that's not my problem. But I don't respond with hate. I respond with compassion. Because they're a collection of experiences. Make them feel less than life. So rather than making them feel even less, I might choose to help parts of their ego, or I could just focus my energy somewhere else. And there might be also some people who got lost along the way and are quite enjoying their method acting and got lost in the illusion. This illusion of life. And are being more than what they are. Being lost in what I am just means that I can be found again. It might just mean looking at parts of ourselves and addressing those parts and reducing those parts so we can get back to our authentic selves. Keep from filling yourself up, else you might tip off your scales. I'm bringing myself back into balance. I don't want to unbalance myself. Just be my authentic self. And if I'm addressing those parts of myself that held me back in life, and I may have fear of this new self I'm stepping into, it's okay to have this fear. It's healthy to have this fear. And it's okay to let go. It's okay to step into this new you. It's okay to become your new self. And if people want to drag you back and keep you where you are, there might be already that part of yourself that knows what goodness is, and knows how to shed that fear. Releasing that fear. Stepping into that new you. Your new identity. And remembering that old identity. To see how far you've come on this recovery journey. This recovery of new self. I'm releasing all that fear. I'm releasing all that judgment. I'm releasing all that fear of myself. I'm releasing all that judgment of myself. I'm giving myself some love. Some genuine self-love. I'm treating myself with compassion. And I'm treating others with compassion. I'm releasing this fear. I'm releasing any anger at myself. I'm just doing the best that I can with the memories and experiences that I have. might be willing to step into a new me and release those parts of myself, that parts of my ego that are holding me back. Releasing these parts of all my ego in body, mind, and spirit. Taking a deep breath in. You saw me go like this halfway through, checking in to see where you are with that, your sense of self, whether that helped shift different perspectives of what an ego is. What I was about to say was, when I went like this, I actually remembered what it was. Now, the other part is we think of our ego mainly in our mind, that because we're always thinking in our mind, so that's where we identify a lot of ourselves. Now, here's a twister, or a couple of twisters, a couple of reframings. They're looking at, there's a lot of scientific studies now that says our stomach is actually our first brain sort of thing. It actually controls a lot of our emotions. It might have been what helped first form us as humans sort of thing. Think of it in the sense of when you get hungry, you're not really your most happiest at that time, and that's because your stomach's sending signals to say that you need nutrition. So they're actually saying now that your stomach is your first brain. So that sort of takes the onus off that a little bit more. They're also saying that in your heart, make sure I had the right side, it's all back to front here. Your heart actually has like neurons in it that actually store memories sort of thing. So that actually has a mind of its own. In Chinese culture, they look at the soul, the identity, as a connection between the heart and the brain. There's no real separation sort of thing. So your identity can also be your heart-mind connection, your gut-brain connection, your all three connection. So sometimes looking at it purely from a thinking sense, because that's mainly just your front of your brain, your cognition, where rather than seeing yourself as your thoughts, seeing yourself as a holistic person, where a lot of parts of your body that aren't your brain is actually identifying as parts of your ego as well. You might like certain types of food, you might like certain people or love certain people based on memory stored, or how the body is expressing itself. And as I was saying before, how some of these memories are stored in the body, illusionary sort of thing. You can actually help through a whole mind-body connection shed some of these parts of your ego. So two things that actually help with this is, of course, EFT tapping and Soma breath. And Soma breath is actually awesome, very awesome at helping to re-imprint, or even just get rid of some of this. I mean, it's not a trauma treatment, but it actually helps free the body of all the stored in stuff sort of thing. It's quite powerful, and it can actually help re-imprint positive memories sort of thing. And the EFT tapping will interrupt the amygdala response to the hippocampus that's actually sending these subconscious signals for the body and the cognition to actually interpret and react to sort of thing. So a lot more than just your brain that's identifying as the ego. It's just the thinking part of it sort of thing. So hopefully I covered it all. I'm Dion from Eflowtion. If you're interested in booking a session, we offer sessions online. Both myself and my wife, Rebecca, who is an EFT practitioner, we offer it online. And if you're wanting a session, definitely book in, and we can help reduce those parts of yourself that you feel might be holding you back or causing you discomfort in life. So if that's of interest of you, head over to eflowtion.com, or through Facebook, you can book a session, and we look forward to seeing you. Until next time, stay your awesome true self, your loving self. I'm Dion from Eflowtion. Have a good day.